Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, as you know, we are dealing with the vectors. In previous class, we have multiplication of a vector by a real number. Today, we will see what happens to a vector when it is multiplied by a scalar. Dear students, when a vector quantity is multiplied by a scalar quantity, then the resultant quantity so obtained is also a vector quantity. And the magnitude of the new vector quantity is equal to the product of the scalar quantity and the magnitude of the vector quantity. And the direction of the new vector quantity is same as that of the vector quantity with which a scalar quantity is multiplied. I have written it here. For example, the velocity v. Velocity is a vector quantity is multiplied by mass m. Mass is a scalar quantity. We get a new vector quantity known as momentum. That is, momentum is equal to mass velocity. Look here, we have multiplied velocity. Velocity is a vector quantity by mass m. Mass is a scalar quantity. Then we obtain a quantity that is known as momentum, and this momentum is a vector quantity, and its magnitude is equal to the product of the scalar quantity and the magnitude of the vector quantity, which I have written here. So when a vector quantity is multiplied by a scalar quantity, then the resultant quantity or the new physical quantity obtained is a vector quantity whose direction is same as that of the vector quantity and whose magnitude is equal to the product of the scalar quantity and the magnitude of the vector quantity. So here we are given the example when a vector velocity is multiplied by mass m. Mass is a scalar quantity. We obtain a vector quantity that is known as momentum, and its direction is same as that of the vector given vector with which we have multiplied a scalar quantity. This is how we multiply a vector quantity by a scalar. Now after that we will see addition and subtraction of vectors. Addition and subtraction of vectors. Now dear students, we will see how vectors are added or how vectors are subtracted. First one, addition of parallel vectors. How, if we are given that two parallel vectors are more than two vectors, how they are added and what will be the resultant vector. Let us consider two collinear vectors A and B, for example, acting along parallel lines as shown in figure first. I will write here, for example, here is a vector A and this is a vector B. They are parallel vectors and acting along the same line. They are parallel vectors acting along the same direction. Here I will write, for example, OA and it is BC. Now dear students, how we add them? We can add these two collinear vectors by drawing the vector A and then display the vector B without changing its direction in such a way that the tail of vector B coincides with the head of vector A. I will draw it here. Also it's A vector O A B is B vector this is a resultant vector. Now how we add the two collinear vectors, parallel vectors? We add these vectors by drawing vector A. First we have drawn vector A here, and then displace vector B without changing its direction. Without changing its direction in such a way that the tail of vector B coincides with the head of vector A as shown in figure second. Now look here, I have drawn the vector A in such a way, then displace the vector B in such a way without changing direction, so that its tail coincides with the head of the vector A, which I have drawn in figure second. Now the resultant vector, look here, now the resultant vector R. Now the resultant vector R. Look here, R is equal to, it is A plus B, or we write it is OA plus AB. It is equal to OB. Oh, this is the resultant vector, or it is equal to A plus B, or OA plus AB, or OB. So the resultant, how we have done, the resultant of two or more than two vectors is a single vector which produces the same effect as the individual vectors do together. The resultant vector, the resultant of two or more vectors is a single vector, which produces the same effect as the individual vectors together do. Look at this one. This is how we add two parallel vector A and B. Simply, we draw vector A, then displace vector B in such a way without changing direction that its tail coincides with the head of A. Then this resultant vector. Here I have drawn it as the resultant vector R. It is equal to A plus B, or we will write OA plus OAB or OB. Now this resultant vector, it will produce the same effect as is the effect produced by the individual vectors together. This is how we add two parallel vectors. Inshallah, in the next class we will see how we add two anti-parallel vectors. That will discuss in the next class. Till then, Khuda Hafiz.